and welcome to Add More Zest. And my name's Rebecca. Happy 16th of December to you all. Happy Monday, happy start of the week. How long of, week and a half. I've just had a look. I've just been having a look at dates. Christmas is so close. By the way, still loving this cardigan, Kim. Thank you very much. Okay, so I am actually filming this on Friday. I'm kind of expecting to be interrupted with a call from the groomers to go and pick Luna up. But I did something earlier that I have not done in an absolute, what feels like an eternity. Luna is nearly 3. And hang on, I'm back. I was like, do I just restart that? It's been less than a minute. But no, that was hubby. So, yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yes, Luna is still at the groomers. So they are busy, so they may end up having her a little bit longer. It seems as though till she's done. But yeah, I went to make a brew after filming the last video and realised I was out of milk. And it was dead easy. I just hopped in the car and got some more and came back home. It's great. Not used to doing that with Luna. So yeah, that's my little random tidbit for today. Anyway, let's get on to opening today's Advent. We are on day 16. And today we provide you with some square diamond dust drills. Again, there will all sorts of be different colours. This one is 3826. And you might be able to see the sparkle a little bit more in these because they're a little bit darker. But a variety of different colours. You will get the number though, so that you know which one it is. So now you have some square and some round to see which ones you like and which ones you can change up in future pictures. So let's get on to the painting itself. I think I'm going to start with the blue again. Oh, I think this is the only one that we haven't ended up doing like a zigzag of 3. Because I did shuffle them all up, but of course how much they actually shuffle up is a different matter. I'm using this one is going cracking already. Forgot to change my battery over from doing the last one. I'm going to end up getting a call from the groomers in like less than a minute. I can see it happening. It's the way today's going. Anyway. Yes, this is another pen from Brianne and her boys. Nice sparkly one. So I thought I'd pair this with an orange tray today. Just for something a little bit different. Yeah, so let's get on to comments, etc. So Lady Dax, she said she had fun trying to open the pen too. So yes, I think that pen cap, while very handy for stopping like putty drying out, because I've got putty in mine, seems to be giving a little bit of stick on occasion. But she said P Jelly had a go and ended up using their jar opener thingy. She said, but once the cap was off the first time, it got easier, she said, each time after that. It's very pretty. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it, and I am sorry for anybody that is having a little bit of trouble with it. Sorry, I'm just going to grab one of my top-up glue dots because this pen isn't as sticky as I would like it, which is the way of this WIP and Waffle at the moment. Let's see if we end up being too sticky now. Oh, can you hear that click though? The click is back. The click, 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 click. Depending on how hard I press on the diamonds when picking them up. But yeah, sorry if anybody is having huge troubles with the pen. Do let me know if there's any sort of no non-comebackable mishaps in any way, and we'll get that sorted for you. But yeah, the samples, and of course the samples and stuff that we get, and the ones, you know, we test a few of things when they come, but there's literally hundreds of them to go through, so we don't always know to necessarily test everything. Diamonds and Doberman, she said stunning. She says if each day, she says, Rebecca, if each day keeps outdoing the previous one, she says she'll be doing a happy dance. Oh, bless you, thank you. She says it is till way after the new year. She was doing a happy dance till way after the new year. She says, wow, this pen is so beautiful. She says, thank you so much. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It is such a pretty pen. Everybody does have the same colour of that pen. I try to highlight when you potentially will have a different colour of something, but we have tried to make quite a bit of it similar, though there's the odd thing that we make a little bit different depending on which one you've received. Liz, she says, thanks Rebecca. She says she finished her second canvas this morning. She says, which is the door that I was working on the 8th, and in turn I'm working on again today. So she's finished this one. She says she is out all day tomorrow and will probably be too tired for diamond painting when she gets in, as she will be getting up at 4:30 a.m. and leaving the house about 5:45 to drive to Leeds for an all-day event. Oh, she says she doesn't think she'll be home until after 5 p.m. So she made a start on tomorrow's section, her first quarter of the mystery canvas. She said she's decided today where the tree will be going for Christmas. She just needs to put it up. Well, you've made the first step in deciding where it's going. She says busy sorting out cards and wrapping presents to take down to family on Saturday. Sounds like you have a very busy week, especially when you throw in getting up that early for a drive to Leeds. Sounds quite frightening in my book, but I'm not a morning person, so that'll be why. Debbie, she says she has decided that 2025 is going to be a no spend. She says no more diamond paintings, no more pens, and no more yarn. She says she has more than enough to last for years, and she turns 60 in January. She says so her time is limited. Your time is not that limited at 60. Definitely not. But yeah, I do think every now and then, whether it be a specific no buy or whether it just be a watch what you spend, every now and then we all need to do that, probably in loads of different aspects of our lives, whatever seems to have taken over at the time, just to be a little bit more conscious. I mean, I've tried to be a little bit more conscious with my diamond paintings this year, though I don't think it helped. Debbie also says, she says when she finished this diamond painting, when she finishes this diamond painting called Honey, she is going to frame it as it is a generic size. It's a 60 by 80, and she said she is going to try to sell it. She said it's not really about the money. She said she just wants it to go to a good home. She is part of a local Facebook group called Cornwall Buys Local, and it was a group set up during lockdown. She said she has sold hundreds of pounds through this group selling her knitted socks. Oh, that reminds me, Debbie did actually send me a pair of her knitted socks, which have been well worn, by the way, Debbie. But I realised the other day when I went to put them on that I hadn't mentioned it on here. But yeah, she sent me a gorgeous care package with a pair of knitted socks that are currently in the wash again, because I do keep using them. I do keep putting them over my normal socks. I wear a pair of Birkenstocks around the house, and it's getting the weather where every now and then I need a second pair. So yeah, I wear them over my normal socks quite a lot. And she also sent me an absolutely gorgeous calendar for 2025. So yeah, huge apologies for not bringing it on here. I think it came when I was a few days off doing a WIP and Waffle, like I'd done my filming of WIP and Waffles when it turned up, and then I ended up putting them on, so they just ended up moving out my craft room, but I really appreciate them. She says she's also sold toys, etc. She says she is not expecting to get anywhere near the price she paid for the painting nor the frame. She says, but as you said, she said she enjoys doing them. And that is the main thing. If you enjoy doing them, and if somebody, you've got your money's worth, and then a little bit back, so that whoever's purchasing it is going to treasure it, and actually display it and put it to good use, then sometimes that's all you want. All you want is for it to be loved somewhere else. So yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. Kim, she said she is obviously a weakling today. She said you just whipped the lid off that blue twirly pen, she says, with no problem. She said she tried to get the lid off. She said she used the sticky pad that came with the trash tray. She used a damp dish rag and was about to get a pair of pliers, she says, when hubby intervened and got the lid off. She says the lid is now in the trash, but the pen is lovely. Oh, bless. I'm so sorry people have had trouble with the lid. I really, really am. I did not know that there was ones that were really, really stiff. If we'd have realised that in our sort of sample testing type thing when they arrived, then we would have gone through them all. But yeah, obviously the ones we got weren't giving us any problem. But it sounds like a few of you have had it. So I do apologise for testing your He-Man skills on day 8. That was not the intention in any way. Almost Ali, she says she is doing her chart one on paper. As she says she is too absent-minded to email me for the PDF chart. Oh, bless you. Just a couple of lines, or even one sentence will do. PDF chart, please, and preferably your order number, or at least send it from the email you use for ordering, so I can find your order from your email address. She says she doesn't like to colour in her charts. She says so she definitely makes things harder for herself. Oh yeah, if you're not colouring it in as you go. I did last year's Diamond Art Studio with the paper charts, and at first I wasn't going to colour in as well, because I was like, oh no, I want to keep it all nice. And yeah, I gave up within the first section. I realised that it was just not going to make sense if I didn't colour it in, and I was going to make some sort of huge muck up if I didn't just colour it in. She says she's using washi tape to edge her 30 by 20 sections each day. She says as a cross stitcher she is enjoying the challenge. Oh, well, you're already part way there of knowing how to convert from a chart to a canvas when you're a cross stitcher anyway. It's like part of the learning curve has already been learnt, so that definitely makes things easier. She also says, she's loving that she can be part of this year. She said she purchased the Advent last year and planned to do this while she was away on holidays. She says, but she ended up taking paint gems with her. So she's going back and watching last year's Advent event and doing last year's paintings in the afternoons. Oh, that sounds nice. Double Advent this year. I've got a few diamonds that are stuck together. I'll have to pull out my jar from last year. She says she's not keeping up with that every day. She says, but she has set herself to the New Year's to finish that one. She says she also wants her current WIP to be finished by the start of the school year. She says, so the next 6 weeks will be filled while binging audiobooks, which to me sounds like an absolute dream. I was listening to some audiobooks the other day while doing some of mine. Right, where's my jar? I know it's about here somewhere. See, I have a little storage tub on the top of my paint gem minis, and then I also have a drawer on my drafting table, and sometimes I never know which one I've put things into. But this is a little jar from last year's with a little nut and bolt in it, and the idea is that you shake them up and it should split them apart, though it's not done very well with these ones. It normally, it's done a few. Depending on how stuck together they are, depends on how well it does it. I seem to have managed to get a few unstuck, but not loads. So these must be quite stuck together. Though to be fair, I did try to get a couple unstuck using my pen, and they didn't like that either. I could give it another spin in the tub once I've got these ones that have split up. Oh, there's quite a few that have split up. There's just a few that don't want to. Have we got any more? A couple more here that have. But yeah, maybe about half split up and then the rest of them didn't. But for the sake of time, I am just going to tip some more out because I have some more. I might do it again on another section and use my little jar to break them up. But some diamonds that are sort of stuck together just that little bit, sometimes they all come apart so easy. That is the family chat going again. In fact, let's put the watch on quiet, and if my phone rings, my wrist will buzz, so I won't miss the groomers. But as soon as somebody posts in the family chat, you know there's potentially going to be loads of replies. So let's shut that watch up straight away. Almost Ali also says she looked at Diamond Art Club's new releases. She says, but yes, she says there were too many to choose from, so she didn't buy any. See, all I looked at, I quickly scrolled their emails, like, that came through, like, really quickly. Like, this is just to see if something grabs me. Apart from that, I'm off. It's the only way I could cope. It was also crazy busy week here, so I just really didn't have the time to sort of nestle in and have a look properly. She says, considering she had to place an order, she says, for more logbook and stash pages from me, she said, as she didn't realise how big her stash was until she started writing it down. Can get quite scary once you write it down, can't it? She says she thought that was a good idea. She says eagerly awaiting her order from the early December store update. She says so she can finally finish her stash and spares storage, which is awesome. And actually an earlier December launch, even though we didn't necessarily plan it, does seem to have worked quite well, I find, or at least it has from my side. It did create, you know, a busy sort of first week of December, but definitely now that things have quietened down, but there's still time for things to arrive before Christmas. Yeah, I feel like it's giving me that little bit more time to get a bit more organised this side for our Christmas. So yeah, that might be something that we definitely adapt going forward. Was that number 3? Yes, it was. I've just spotted some number 2s, so I was just checking I hadn't mucked up. Those two are joined together. Don't want those. Little Sue's Craft, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she likes a warm light in her bedroom, but she needs white or bright lights everywhere else, she says, because of her moods. She says a few years ago she made a quilted stocking. She says, but it was all scraps. She says different shapes and sizes. She says as long as it had a straight edge, she said the scrap went on it. She says she loved the look of it once it was finished, and she said thanks for a great Christmas waffle. That sounds like fun. I've not quite built up my scraps yet to the point of being able to make a fully scrappy Christmas stocking, but I am looking forward to, once I have got a few of my quilt projects that I have on the go, at looking into some others. A lovely lady at the sew days I went to gave me a pattern for a bag, which I want to make, because if I go to any future quilting sort of craft things, then yeah, I want to be able to take them in a nice quilted bag. It's better than just using a supermarket bag, which is what I used this last time. Right, so I've just decided to change it up just before I put this pot back, because number 4 is in there. So what I do occasionally when I'm diamond painting, so quite often I will go for the most bottom left hand symbol, and I will do that symbol first, or I'll do like the edge of the painting. They're sort of my primary go-tos. The edge of the painting, whatever's across, you know, an open side, I will do those numbers first quite often, and then I will move on to the most bottom left hand corner. But every now and then I do like to mix it up. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit now, and I'm going to go according to my diamonds. So I've completely finished what I need on this painting on the first row. So now I'm going to move to my second row of diamonds. Changes things up for me. Cher loves orange. She says happy birthday to her grandboys, Angus and Argyle. She says they are 8 years old today. Oh, happy birthday, boys. 8 years old on the 8th. She says, Rebecca, she says she loves hearing about my quilting. She says you're doing so much so fast. Yes, it will probably slow down as time goes on. I think once I've got sort of the projects that are in the pipe work, I think I want to start looking at maybe doing things that are a little bit more complicated but take a little bit longer, so I can still enjoy spending the time quilting but not necessarily produce as many quilts, because I'm going to run out of people to give them to. But I do have a few quilt kits that I picked up at the Festival of Quilts that I want to get through. She says, I'm running a shop and diamond painting and the December event. She says, you're amazing. No, I just cram something into every moment. I really, really do. At the moment, I am, you know, the shop is ticking over and I am just making sure the orders are packed and things. Megan and I are going to have sort of an admin day to plan for 2025 at some point next week. But apart from that, we are definitely sort of going along the side of letting things just tick over there. So I am getting more in of other stuff. But otherwise, I normally just quilt on the weekend, diamond paint through the week. And of course, I'm just throwing in advent calendars and all sorts so far at the moment. Which is why I sound so busy, but that's because I'm not doing the jobs that I need to be doing in the shop. Like counting cardstock and packaging up different things. Because I know that I can still do them quickly for an order for something. I just don't have the shelves stocked up, but that's okay. January will be a nice, good time for me to get on top of all of that. When everybody goes back work after Christmas and we get into the workflow season, that's when I'll do all that. Right, I am fishing for number 7s because I only need 3 of them. So we'll fish for those. H. She also says, she quilted for 30 years. She says before she had to give it up. She said the maths and the planning was her favourite part. You get a bit excited, don't you, when you're sort of starting a new project. I'm going to finish the binding on that quilt tonight for my daughter's friend. And then maybe this weekend I'm going to start cutting for my sister-in-law's quilt, which will be quite nice. We'll see how far I get. My problem is sometimes I sew for too many hours and then wake up with all the aches and pains the next day. And it's like, oh, I was doing it for a bit too long. Oh, hang on. Nearly missed these little 2 up the top. Okay, that's H. E, we've just got the 1 in there, and then we've got ABs. So let me grab the troublesome pen. She also says the math and the planning was her favourite part. She says that and hand stitching the binding down, which, yes, that is currently one of my favourite parts. So sort of the planning and the starting, the cutting for starting, provided it's not a ridiculous amount of time. Sort of getting started on a project, and then yes, the hand binding. Again, it's a bit like diamond painting. It's the starting and it's the finishing. They're my favourite parts. Starting and finishing a project. They're always so much fun. She says since she's finished her big diamond painting right now, she says she is doing Christmas cards. She says she's got no idea what she'll do once these are done. She is flying by the seat of her pants. Love it. She says, have a great day, everyone. And I hope you have a great day too. Sounds like you will as well, with the twins turning 8. Very fun day over your way. Sherry, she says swirly pen. She says she loves it. She says also, can she say she loves, she's really enjoying the variety of paintings this year. She says it is nice to have different stuff to do each day. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the sort of different styles and types of paintings that we get to do. I enjoy the fact, you know, that some are longer, some are shorter. I just feel like it can fit in with the craziness of Christmas season just that little bit better. And it's always fun to do something new with a little bit of a challenge. Little bit of a challenge, depending on whether you've done it before. Right, that is today's section done. Actually done before I need to go and get Luna. We shall see how long it takes for the groomers to phone me from now. Watch them phone when the post is due to pick up the post. That could be entertaining, but anyway. Yes, today's section is done. So we now have all diamond paintings with only 2 sections left to do. So we will be back on the mystery painting tomorrow. It's kind of exciting to see the pictures fully start to come together, but it's also lets me know, I don't know, I feel like I can feel Christmas Eve getting so much closer because we're getting so close to finishing paintings now, even though there is still, well, 8 more days. It definitely feels like it's getting really, really close. So let me grab, I'm now well aware that this is my big box of diamonds. I just still forget what the other ones are called, A, B, C, D. Still completely forget those. But anyway, this is what we shall be doing tomorrow. Of course, you join me with whatever painting, wrapping, whatever it is that you're doing. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll speak to you all again tomorrow.